Mean Gene. Oh, I think some of these need to be updated. 23, Ox. 237, Squawk. 26, Atomic. 308, Anti-Hit So Mean. 31, Hexecutioner. 42, Hooligan. 420, Acute Pain. 47, Crawdaddy. 6, Molotov. 626, Stitches. 666, Dolly Don't Pardon. 69, Shroom Raider. And 907, Poison Dart Frog. And wearing the white jerseys, the Happy Valley Grief Society, we've got 17 Scardonics, 19 Tootsie, 99 Disco, 217 Jacqueline Hyde, 252 Bam Bam, 261 Judo Nomi, 275 Cersei Slamister, 360 Sparklin, 717 Aerial Assault, 789 Hammerhead, 807 Hell's Bell, and 818 Harmony. And our officials for today's tournament. Sushi, Bionic Envy, Mandy Mayhem, Flyboy, Van Rollon, Backslash, Vonnie, You Know Me, Nitro G, Prince Albert, Infinite Loop, Gypsy, Colgin, Styx, Eris, Mr. Nitro, Moof, Nitro G, Dr. Crusher, Dino, Infinite Loop, Chapel Rollin', Roller Ray, Dee Dee McGee, Merciful Skates, Opie, Hellfire, Parks and Rec, Hyperlinks, Megabeth, and D-Rex. We're just moments away from the game starts.
All right, good morning. Here on the mic, we've got Evel,
Hi, I'm Shifty Hips.
and we're going to be your announcers for this game featuring Happy Valley's Grief Society and HARD, and that does stand for High Altitude Roller Derby. You may have heard them cheering super hard over here, and gotta love it. Lined up to jam in this first jam, we've got Ox for HARD and Scardonics for Happy Valley. The whistle blows. We see Scardonics trying to sneak behind one of their blockers. They are knocked to the outside, taking the in, knocked to the inside. That was a great hit there by number 142. That was Meals on Wheels. You know, and Scardonics is a snack-sized jammer, but fighting hard there, taking a tumble on the outside. There is going to be a penalty assessed to number 26 for, I believe, a low block. Yes, it is. And we've got an apex jump there by Ox. Beautiful bounding jump. And oh no, it looks like a track cut is being issued to Scardonics. So Ox and High Altitude have a power jam.
Power jam.
Great way to start the morning. Better than a cup of coffee from Witch's Brew, but only barely.
Yes.
We've got now 30 seconds, a little bit less now, for High Altitude to rack up some points without an opposing jammer on the track. We see a snake offense on the outside, and the jammer is pushing hard against the pivot for Happy Valley. That's Bam Bam, joined by Judonomi and Cersei Slamister, holding down a firm tripod at the front, knocking the jammer star actually off their head. But don't be fooled. Just because the stars come off doesn't mean they aren't lead anymore. It did come off during the natural progression of gameplay. But while the star is off their head, they cannot score any points. You'll see the blockers.
Scardonics is back from penalty land.
And as you saw there, we did have Ox calling off the jam before Skardonix could reapproach the pack. It was a 12-0 jam. Huge opening shots fired over the bow there by Hard.
Great way to start your day. 12-point jam.
You know, you got to be feeling pretty good if that's what you come out of the gate with.
I would think so.
Out to jam, we have Hammerhead for Happy Valley and 1 destruction for Hard. We have a scrum start there. We have Happy Valley pulling the 3-1. Same thing happening for Hard. And out front, we've got Hammerhead pushing. You know, she smelled blood in the water, but Saren says, you are lead after all, which, you know, shark's got a shark this early in the day. We still see 1 destruction tied up in the pack. Bud is able to make a dart up on the inside and is out on a scoring pass now.
Few bodies hitting the track, but they pop right back up quickly.
We see the call-up happening. It looks like it might have been a hair delayed, but there was a point denial. We had 3 points going up on the board for Happy Valley, and then none added for Hard. So we have both teams on the board and 26, almost 27 minutes left on this first half of roller derby. Out to jam, we've got a fan favorite, Disco. That's number 99 going against number 420, Novocaine. That's Novocaine. Well, Novocaine, a.k.a. Acute Pain, is still stuck in the pack and thrown to the ground and drawn back. Disco is your lead jammer.
And Novocaine trying to get through all of those people, but can't find an opening. Somehow Disco found an opening, though.
Disco did with some of that fancy footwork on the inside lane. I knew Disco when they started skating, and honestly, their agility and footwork has just kept improving by leaps and bounds. There is a star pass to number 1414. That is Kid Radical. And Disco calls it off with 8 points on the jam, none for Hard. And we have a 1-point game, friends.
And Kid Radical doing that thing that's doing their job, which is grabbing the star and hauling butts to force the call off.
You know, their job is kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, and you can't have bubblegum in your mouth with a mouth guard.
That's right. Oh, looks like we have a team timeout called by Happy Valley, which, for those of you taking notes at home, a team gets 3 timeouts total for the whole game.
Just 3 1-minute timeouts? Jeez.
Only 3. Guess how many the officials get?
As many as they want.
Yes, as many as they want.
We call those official timeouts. Sometimes those can be for track repair, conferring on points, or because the officials need to hit the watering hole. That dazzle of zebras does get thirsty.
I would think so. They do a heck of a lot of skating.
Especially those OPRs. While we're hanging out here, we wanted to let you know there is more roller derby coming up. We're going to have next weekend FitCon on Saturday, May 30th at the Mountain America Expo Center. The games are at noon, 2, and 4 p.m. So if you can't get enough or you couldn't make it to this one, come out to FitCon. We got a lot to show you. Lined up to jam, we have number 807, Hell's Bell, going up against Molotov. Both jammers trying to take a similar tactic. A lot of lateral movement. Ooh, a beautiful spin move there by Molotov. And both jammers are out of the pack. Molotov is actually your lead jammer, even though Bell is in front. Catching up a little jammer on jammer friendly fire there. And Molotov does come out on top of that exchange and is approaching the pack first. We're going to see if Molotov can score some points. Calling it from the ground after taking a tumble thanks to a big ol' hit there. It does look like aerial assault, the pivot for Happy Valley, is being called for a penalty for that good hit. May have been worth it to stop that scoring run.
Might have been. So 4 points go to Hard.
And we have a lead. Oh, no, it's not a lead change yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Math is hard and it's early.
We got Dolly Don't Pardon jamming for Hard, and Scardonics up for Happy Valley. Dolly out at the front of things, trying to break through the middle of two blockers. One blocker left. Dolly makes it. Dolly is going to be your lead jammer.
That was some great two-wall work there by the Happy Valley duo. That was Harmony and Juno Nomi.
They did a little wearing multiple hats there because then they made space for Scardonics to get through on a scoring pass.
Dolly Don't Pardon calls it off with 3 points on the board, 0 for Happy Valley. We're up to 19 points for Hard, 11 points Happy Valley with almost 24 minutes left in this first half. It is still anyone's game. We say this every time, even when the score gets a little out of whack. But these appear to be two very well-matched teams skill-wise.
And well-matched teams make for great watching.
Nobody wants a blowout unless you're at the hair salon.
Right.
So we've got out there on the line, Ox versus Disco. Both of these very agile, very quick-footed jammers.
And just hit the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually Hammerhead. We had a little mix-up there on the scoreboard. Hammerhead is your lead jammer. That's number 789 for Happy Valley. We do see an apex hop by Ox, getting them out so that they, too, are on their scoring pass. So the question is, will Hammerhead be able to pick up any points before the other jammer engages? The suspense is killing me. Oh, 1 point for Happy Valley, 1 point for Hammerhead.
All right. Quite a lot of work for 1 point, but I'd say it's worth it.
I mean, that is what you sign up for.
Right.
Not every jam is a glorious 24-point, smash hit. But, Disco's going to give it a try. She's out there, number 99 for Happy Valley, going up against number 1 Destruction. And the whistle blows. We don't see a lot of movement from the packs yet, but they are both taking that familiar 3-in-1 tripod and a satellite offense. Bam Bam, number 252 for Happy Valley, trying to play some offense up at the front, forced to bridge out and let Disco go it alone. Disco is called as lead jammer and gets past that final hard blocker and is coming around for a scoring pass. The other jammer is still stuck in the pack, being knocked into the infield by Judo Nomi. Disco is re-engaging a beautiful little one-footed arabesque there by Disco. There's some offense on the inside. A blocker falls. Disco does a little 360 and is out for 4 points. We still see the jammer struggling. There is a star pass there to Hard's pivot. That is Kid Radical taking the star now. A little spin and a tumble. But they are out now on a scoring pass. But oh no, bad turn of events. Disco is going to the box for a high block.
That means it's power jam time. Kid Radical.
Disco isn't a very... Disco's not a very tall jammer, so I'm wondering whose face they reached.
I don't know. Maybe they were bent down a little bit.
They're practicing that good derby stance out there, apparently. Good job, blockers. But we do have the captain, number 1414, Kid Radical, being knocked out of bounds by Judo Nomi. The Happy Valley tripod setting up at the front with a little bit of a bump there from Sparklin. We've got that jammer, the pivot turn jammer, struggling against that really strong anchored 3-wall, falling down, getting back up, and Disco back in from the box with a crazy looking jump backwards and butt slide. Disco does have points in the pocket from the trip to the box, so we are seeing 4 points added to the board now as they're coming around. And the jam comes to its natural conclusion after 2 minutes.
So the total from that jam, 4, I think, and 3.
We're waiting to see. Looks like there might be a little bit. There we go. We've got 8 points on that jam for Happy Valley, 4 for Hard, bringing the score back to a close, almost even 20-23 in favor of Hard. We've got 20 minutes left, and out to jam we have Hell's Bell versus Novocaine / Acute Pain.
And off they go. Hell's Bell looking to the outside, switching up to the middle of the track. Acute Pain on the inside. Both jammers stuck behind some very sticky tripods, sticking with them a lot. But Hell's Bell breaks free and will be the lead jammer. while Acute Pain gets recycled back to where they started from.
And you can tell this is a serious game. Normally, Hell's Bell is out there with full yellow tutu to match the theme, but she is all business today with those black shorts. Hell's Bell pushing out to the front, trying to get past those blockers, and is successful on the outside lane. We hear a multiplayer block. Oh, a multiplayer being called on the jammer here.
Oh.
So Acute Pain is going to go to the box as the jammer for a multiplayer. I'm betting it was a failed shirt whip of some type there. That's the most common situation. Hell's Bell engaging with that wall. We've got a bit of a swarm offense happening from Good Grief over here. We see Bell moving to the inside and to the outside, getting stymied by a 2 and somewhat 3 wall there at the front. But Bell is out for another 4 points. And Aerial Assault, the pivot, exiting the box as well. So now the question is, will Aerial be able to offer some offense for Bell before the jammer is able to re-engage? Aerial does take a tumble during the offensive hit and is assessed a back block for going into the back of one of the opposing blockers. Acute Pain has re-entered the track and is about to engage with the Happy Valley wall, going up against some firm hits from Harlow.
Little help there from 142, breaking up that tripod. That's Meals on Wheels.
We saw some great duo blocking there from Tootsie and Harlow. Bell is knocked to the infield, almost hitting Saren, and calls off the jam with the full 4 points on that pass, bringing it to 12 points for Happy Valley on that jam, none for Hard, and we have a lead change.
Lead change.
Happy Valley is now sitting at 32 points, Hard at 23, and it looks like we have a palindrome on the scoreboard today, friends.
My goodness.
Palindrome, one of our favorite words here in roller derby. Out to jam, we have Scardonics for Happy Valley.
And Molotov for Hard.
I believe we've
Molotov
seen
is
this.
looking for breakthrough.
We've seen this before. There was an attempted a hit by Atomic there on the outside, but Scardonics is able to squeak by and is your lead jammer for this jam. Molotov escapes the pack, about a half a track between these two jammers. A beautiful, quick pass there for Scardonics. 4 points on the board. A little bit of celebration coming around the track. That was a really beautiful, quick nickel and dime points and call jam.
Yep. Short, quick jam, which helps Happy Valley to control the tempo.
And that's really so key. Penalties can be a factor, but attitude is a huge component of who wins the game. Because the team that is really focused and determined, but still having fun, is usually the one that comes out on top. Out to jam, we have number, I can't see, 789, Hammerhead.
And Dolly Don't Pardon.
Who doesn't love a Dolly Pardon joke? We've got Dolly going up against Tootsie at the front there. Tootsie holding it down, giving time for the Happy Valley blockers to reform as a tripod. There is no lead jammer yet, so either jammer could obtain it as soon as they break out of the pack.
Very frantic, scrappy jam so far. A lot of scrambling, shoving, and the defense, really a lot of credit goes to defense reforming and keeping these jammers in place.
And, you know, not for nothing, but we do see the hard pivot throwing, or not even the pivot, I'm sorry, just one of the jammers, or blockers, 1-4-2. Meals on Wheels offering offense, and finally freeing up Dolly Don't Pardon on the lead jammer status, but Hammerhead is less than a quarter track behind. The pack speeds up. Little bit of USARs happening here, it looks like. We see the hard blockers yelling for everyone to run up front. Both jammers engage with the pack, and it looks like a big goose egg on that pass for both jammers. They both hit the pack, but we're not able to pass any hips before the call.
We have a familiar matchup here for this next jam. Disco up against One Destruction.
Both musical puns for their names, and I love that. We're going to see which one of them is on beat and which one is taking a beat here in the pack. Disco pushing out front, the pack bridging out a little bit. We've got Happy Valley anchoring in the back. Bam Bam, the pivot, rather than playing offense, holding down pack at the back. Disco is your lead jammer.
One Destruction stuck in traffic there, having a heck of a time getting past this tripod.
Oh, and move after move. Beautiful there. Disco jukes to the in on the toe stops, jukes to the out. There's almost taken out again, but is through for 4 points. That is some fancy footwork.
Wow.
We still see One Destruction in the pack, struggling against those strong walls. No pivot pass at this point. The jammer is pushing up out front while the pivot is playing defense at the back of the pack. But it looks like they've come up to try and help their jammer out a little bit. Disco through on another scoring pass, another 4 points on this jam.
And One Destruction recycled to the back of the pack. Going to give it another go, try to get through those defenders. We've got a star pass.
That was a sneaky one. I didn't even see it happen.
That
Did
was
you?
Slick. Oh, you could see One Destruction was looking for it, but finally found the opening. So Kid Radical is on the move now.
But Disco does call it, coming around, adding 4 more points, bringing the total on that jam for 12 for Happy Valley, bringing them to 48. None for Hard on that, so they're still sitting at 23. And we do have a team timeout being called by Hard.
Another big jam there, 12 big points.
We know it's early, but if you're still waking up and need a little pep in your step, check out Witch's Brew Coffee Company. They have the original purple trailer outside, just right by the entrance of the depot. Get your caffeine fix and support local small businesses.
Also, folks, yesterday we had a set of keys go missing. If you happen to see or found a Nissan key fob, please bring it up here to the stand or over to the concession table. Somebody is needing their keys.
Honestly, just run out holding it like you have the Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts. It is okay. People will appreciate it. We do hear a rolling whistle about to happen. That means it is the end of the team timeout. It is not the start of the jam yet. We sometimes see teams get a little excited and jump the gun, but we're seeing lineup happening. We've got number 807, Hell's Bell, out for Happy Valley versus Ox for Hard.
And the defenders get in position.
Mostly, at least. We had a tumble there on the start, but back up quick as a flash, number 26, Atomic, throwing a nice hit to try and block some offense there. And it works. It is good on the inside lane. Ox is out thanks to that little bump from Atomic and some fancy footwork.
Oh, Hell's Bell fighting hard, trying to get through.
You're
No
right.
daylight.
Bell is fighting hard because, the team name.
Oh, yes.
Apparently, it's too early for dad jokes, friends.
I was ill prepared for that one. But Ox came through for 4 points, found some openings.
A star pass there. Disco hands it off to Aerial Assault, who is now the jammer for Happy Valley. We see Ox looking to the bench, deciding whether to call it or not. They do call it before Aerial is able to get to the back of the pack. So on that jam, we had a really helpful jam for Hard. That was 8 points put up, bringing them to 31, closing the gap a little bit with Happy Valley, who's sitting at 48 currently. We've got a little over 12 minutes left in this first half, and if you're not awake yet, some of those hits will wake you up for you.
Oh, my, yes.
Out to jam, we've got Scardonics for Happy Valley and
Acute pain.
Acute Pain is what their jersey says, but on our rosters they are listed as Novocaine.
Yes.
Same idea.
It's all pain related, and that's fitting for roller derby.
It really is. We sign up for the hits and the hurts.
Scardonics breaks free and is the lead jammer, while Acute Pain gets recycled back. A little jammer on jammer hit there.
Acute Pain went for the hit, but Scardonics was able to do a beautiful little spin to avoid it.
Great dodge. Scardonics almost made it through, but nudged out of bounds there and recycled way back.
That was number 142, serving up Meals on Wheels with that hit.
Serving
Ooh,
hits at 9
another
in the
good
morning.
hit there. Honestly,
Have a star pass.
there's some great one-on-one play happening here. Meals on Wheels is doing an excellent job holding Scardonics, but is given a forearm for their efforts. There were no points scored on that jam, it looks like.
So we will have a slight blocker advantage going to Hard. No, I'm sorry. Hard is down a player.
Correct. We do have one for Hard in the box. We have the full contingent of blockers for Happy Valley out there.
And we have a little official timeout here to square away something, time or points. Very important to make sure both things are accurate.
And if you're wanting to see some more roller derby, this is our last tournament here at the Derby Depot, but we do have 2 upcoming bouts before we lose this space. The Beehive Skate Revolution will hold their last bout on Saturday, June 20th. The theme and team colors haven't been teams haven't been decided yet, but frankly, we just have to get through this tournament first. And then following that, on June 27th, Wasatch has the big gay bout, our pride bout for the year.
I'm excited for that one. I expect to see a lot of glitter, a lot of color, a lot of showiness.
A lot of queer joy out here.
Yes.
Out to jam. Hammerhead is being drawn back. Molotov pushing up at the front for Hard, going against 2 blockers. We did have 2 penalties assessed to Happy Valley, which does clear up that track a little bit, allowing Molotov to get out as your lead jammer. Pushing out front. It was just that 2 wall. Molotov was able to split them up and is about to set fire to that wall as they return. Oh, and hitting their own
hit.
blocker.
Out of bounds in the inside lane. So
And you
got to go back.
The funny thing is, if that had been an opposing blocker, that would have been a huge back block. But fortunately, it was their own teammate. You can abuse your own teammates as much as you like. Oh, and we hear frantic calls
Molotov
from the bench.
getting rocked back.
Molotov
and
not
forth.
hearing them, but still pushing against that wall. We do see them coming through and finally calling it just as they meet Tootsie up at the front of the pack. Which, because of that not calling it off quite in time, Happy Valley Hammerhead was able to sneak through and grab 3 points. Hard scoring 4, bringing the score to 51 Happy Valley, 35 Hard. And this is still a very close game and a lot of time left for Derby.
Absolutely. We got Dolly Don't Pardon jamming at the line for Hard and Disco up there, Happy Valley.
I'm not sure if we've seen this particular jammer match off yet, but we do see Dolly Parton pushing against an anchored tripod, Sparklin holding it down there with Cersei Slamister and Judo Nomi. We see one of the Hard blockers, number 142, being sent to the box. So it is just a 2-wall. Disco has to get past at the front, and she does.
Yes. So on a scoring pass, Dolly Don't Pardon still trying to break through.
We see some blockers being released from the box, coming back to maybe help their block or their jammer, maybe cause some more trouble. There's some good grief happening out there right now.
Definitely going to be some good trouble.
We
Dolly
see
still pinned by that rock solid tripod from Happy Valley.
Hard manages to knock Disco out to the outside, almost sending them into the crowd. They are back up and a stumble, but able to pick themselves back up, and 4 points for Disco. Dolly Don't Pardon finally breaking the pack and chasing Disco, about a quarter track between these jammers.
And pack is on the move. Disco's got to catch up to the pack now.
We actually have all 8 blockers on the track right now, which is something we haven't seen a lot in this game so far.
Wow, and Disco managed to slip through and grab 4 more points before ending the jam.
And in tight games like this, penalties are what can really kill the momentum of a team. If you can have all 8 blockers on the track, or all 4 for your team, rather, you'd like everyone on the other team to go to the box.
Right.
But having that full contingent makes it so much easier to halt the momentum of those jammers. Out to jam, we have Hell's Bell against One Destruction. We've seen this lineup a couple of times. Disco making quick work of, or I'm sorry, not Disco, Hell's Bell making quick work of that inside line. But we do have One Destruction about a quarter track behind and coming up hot.
Quick movement on the track there. The pack trying to thin things out. And Hell's Bell calling the jam off from
From
One
the
hip on
from the
board.
floor in a plank position, calling with the arm in the air. I haven't seen that call off in a
That's
while.
Impressive.
Hellspell was able to score 2 points on that jam. We're at 65, Happy Valley, hard 36. Out to jam, we have Scardonix versus Ox. A lot of X's out there on that name.
Plenty of X's.
You know it is roller derby.
Yep.
We've got Scardonix taking the inside with Ox trying to the outside, both moving back toward the center of the track, going up against really strong brace tripods. Beautiful side surfing moves there happening by Ox, but the Happy Valley Jammer's quick to reform. There's a knockout there by Cersei Slamister, but Ox is able to take advantage of a little confusion and is out as your lead jammer, followed about a quarter track behind by Scardonix.
And we've got another foot race happening.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of foot races this bout, even more than we've already.
And Ox takes a spinning dive out of bounds off of Judo Nomi's hip and calls the jam off.
And it looks like that was a 0-0 jam.
Yes. A lot of short, quick jams here. It's really putting the pressure on the bench staff and the jammers to be strategic about controlling the tempo.
You really don't want to run the jams long, especially when penalty trouble starts to happen. You want to get those points and get out of there if you can.
Right.
Hammerhead going up against Acute Pain out there, or Novocaine. We've got both listed. But it looks like Hammerhead is your lead jammer for Happy Valley.
And we've got a couple of players going to the box, one for each team. There was a multiplayer for one of them. I'm not sure the other call.
And it looks like we've got another Happy Valley blocker going to the box for a high block. That's Deathly Harlow. So it's going to be a bit of a micro pack for Acute Pain to go up against. And another, it looks like Harmony going to the box. The lone blocker out there is the pivot, Bam Bam, number 252.
No pressure.
Beautiful offense there by 1414. Kid Radical was able to neutralize Bam Bam, allowing those ghost points to go off on the board real quick for Acute Pain.
Yep. Hammerhead slips through, grabbing 4 more points.
We do see Tootsie returning to the track, joining up with Bam Bam to try and make a 2-wall. Tootsie out front, Bam Bam coming up to make that 2-wall again. We see a call off, it looks like, happening. Maybe. I can't tell. No, Novocaine is not your lead jammer, so they cannot call it off.
They cannot call it off.
They are not in control. Hammerhead has the say when this ends.
But Acute Pain did manage to grab 4 points on that last scoring pass.
That's a pretty good concession prize there.
I'd say so.
We have it looks like a 12-8 jam in favor of Happy
12-8.
Valley. So we've got 77 points on the board for Happy Valley, 44 for Hard, and 3.5 minutes left in this first half.
We
Familiar
have
matchup here.
Disco, Molotov. I think, yes, we have seen them before together.
And they're right about the same height, so they're going to just disappear into this pack of slightly taller blockers.
Yes.
We've got Molotov trying to the outside, but held down strong by Judo Nomi. Disco pushing at the front, bowling over number 4-7, but pushing through and getting lead jam for Disco.
Molotov trying to take the inside lane and gets cut off by those blockers from Happy Valley.
We see Disco trying to take that inside lane, but number
hanging on by a
4-7,
toe stop.
4-7 holding it down. If you give Disco an inch on that line, that is over.
Oh, and there's that inch. Disco found it and took it. 4 more points going up for Happy Valley.
We do see the pivot for Hard returning to the track, hopefully to offer a little bit of help to their jammer. Looks like there might be a star pass in the works. Star pass warning. We haven't seen it happen yet, but we do see them pushing. The important thing is when you're a jammer, you can't stop pushing until, well, you can't really ever, but once you get that star pass off, you are now a blocker.
Oh, and there's the star pass. Kid Radical has the star. Disco decides we are not going to have a race right now at the end of the half, calling off the jam.
Happy Valley, nickel and diming a little bit. 8 points on that jam, bringing up to 85, and then 44 for Hard. And we have a team timeout being called by Happy Valley. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's an official review. We will see the captains and coaches for both teams out. It looks like Happy Valley is going to argue some call or a lack thereof with our officials and see if they can win their review. If they do, they'll get another one for what remains of this first half. If they don't, just means they have to rely on their timeouts.
And only 2 minutes left in this first half.
With such a heavy hitting game, they are probably ready for that intermission, those 15 minutes to breathe, hydrate, use the facilities, and maybe have a quick snack.
Hopefully, but definitely hydrate.
We do have concessions open up at the front, so if you're finding yourself feeling a little peckish, we have meat treats, chips, candy, soda, water. I guess there are some healthy options, but who doesn't want junk food this early on a Sunday?
Yes. We also have Janae Miller Massage available for sessions here in the depot. She's got a sign-up sheet.
If you haven't had a massage from Mayhem, you're missing out. Sign up, spots go quick, and this is a wonderful thing to be able to offer at a tournament, whether you're playing or not. Who doesn't want a deep tissue massage or your fascia release? Are you going to explain
Yes.
that, OR?
All right, we have a verdict on the official review. Happy Valley was looking for a penalty to be called for having too many pivots on the track. No illegal action was committed, so there will not be a call. The official review is not retained. So that means it's used up, it is gone until after intermission. They get
All it
get
is
another one.
all it is dust in the wind.
Yep.
We've got Out to Jam for the next jam, which hasn't started yet. We're still in the lineup phase, but Hell's Bell going against Dolly Don't Pardon. A little bit of jammer dance there. We hear the 5-second call and see both teams getting into formation. We've got all 8 blockers on the track, so we're seeing the popular 3-in-1 formations on both sides. Bell trying to take the inside line, but bumped to the inside, falls to her knees, and is up again, re-engaging with the pack. Both jammers stuck right around the pivot line, but as I say that, Hell's Bell is able to break on the outside and is your lead jammer.
And the jam clock and the game clock are in sync. So
How
This
often
is-
does that happen?
like never.
We do see number 2-6 for Hard going to the box, giving Bell one less blocker to fight. 4 points on the board for Bell.
Dolly still fighting to find a way through on the initial pass.
We hear yells for wall up to Hard, but Bell takes advantage of the confusion and skates through on the inside lane. But we do see a star stash, and Dolly Don't Pardon is able to squeak out during the distraction.
Oh, nice dodge by Hell's Bell, getting past.
Yeah, over here
hard
in
blocker,
that
left
turn.
kid.
You saw number 1414 trying to take Bell out, trying to protect those points and stop the scoring. But Bell is able to get through, adding 12 big points to this jam. We're starting to see Happy Valley pull away a little bit at 97 points. Hard still sitting at 44 with 40 seconds left in this first half.
So we will definitely have one more jam. And we'll see how long this one lasts. We got one destruction against Scardonics.
I think we've seen them out there together.
I think we have. Scardonics very scrappy. Split apart the defenders. Breaks free. Scardonics has got it. Lead jammer for Happy Valley.
Not to say nothing for one destruction. There are some beautiful shoulder hits and jukes happening, but that Happy Valley wall is able to maintain and hold it. Scardonics hits the hard tripod at high speed and is able to wedge through for 4 points.
Oh, one destruction tiptoed through on the inside lane. So both jammers on scoring passes. The regulation clock is up, so we are on Scardonics' time now.
We see some of Judo's patented goat taking using the jellyfish maneuver. Welcome back, friends. We are here for the second half of the Happy Valley versus Hard bout. Score currently sits at 103 for Happy Valley, 44 for Hard, and so far it's been a quick-paced, hard-hitting game between these two teams.
Great game to watch. Tons of fun to watch. And we will be starting any minute once all the final thumbs ups go around.
That rolling whistle is the final sign-off. We are about to get started. Out to jam, we have a familiar matchup, Hammerhead versus Ox. We hear the 5-second call. It looks like we have most of the blockers on the track. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We have an empty penalty box, and Ox is your lead jammer.
Yes.
There is a knockout by number 47, Crawdaddy, bringing Hammerhead to the back of the pack. We do see the star come off, looking for a little bit of help there as Ox re-engages with the pack and gets 4 points.
Hammerhead trying to tiptoe around the inside lane. Hit down to the ground.
Let the bodies hit the floor, but not Ox. Ox with a beautiful apex jump there, a little flying leap to score 4 points.
Looks like we do have a hard pivot headed to the penalty box, though, for half a minute of self-reflection on life's choices.
Additionally, we do have a blocker for Happy Valley doing the same. They might be able to compare notes while they're there.
Keep things balanced out. Ox is coming around on another scoring pass. Oh, and Ox is going to the penalty box to think about life's choices.
And that means for the next 45 seconds, no one is in control of this jam. It will go the full 2 minutes because Ox was lead but lost it upon going to the box.
And that also is a power jam, which Hammerhead is capitalizing on, slipping through for 4 points.
Hammerhead has to be loving the Ox in the box situation happening right now.
Ox in the box. Oh my gosh, I love it.
We do see Hammerhead coming up to re-engage again, getting knocked to the ground, and we do see the other jammer approaching, taken down by Harmony. Beautiful hit, but they are able to take a knee, get back up, and keep going.
And Hammerhead, one last blocker to beat, but that's 14-14. Give him a good hit down to the ground.
The time expires on that jam, and it looks like we have 18 points, a huge scoring run there for Hard, against 8 for Happy Valley, bringing the score to 111 Happy Valley, 62 Hard.
Massive jam there for Hard, though. Great momentum going into the second half.
They must have had their Wheaties over in the locker room.
I think so. We've got one destruction jamming for Hard, and Hell's Bell up for Happy Valley. Hell's Bell is up in front, trapped behind the tripod from Hard.
We do see number 69, Shroom Raider, going back to try and play some offense for their jammer.
And Hell's Bell made it through as the lead jammer.
For those who can't see or don't know why, there is a little horn happening. Shroom Raider there with fantastic, scary, but cute clown makeup. But oh no, it looks like Hell's Bell is assessed a multiplayer block and is sent to the box. This means she is losing the lead jammer status, and this jam will go the full 2 minutes with one destruction all by their lonesome out there to score points.
Oh, correction.
Ooh.
One destruction is in the box. Hell's Bell is still out and in charge.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looked like the call was different. Either that or I'm blind. It's early. Hell's Bell is still out there scoring while one destruction ices in the box a little bit.
Oh, a little trip up next to the rope there. Nice defense. Makes it past the final defender there for 4 more points. Hard-fought points.
That defender again was the clown-faced Shroom Raider.
Shroom Raider.
We see one destruction beating that last blocker, that Cersei Slamister, and they're out on their after their initial. Hell's Bell gets through for another 4 points and calls the jam, adding 8 points to Happy Valley's total, bringing it to 119 Happy Valley. High altitude or Hard, 62.
And we've got one Happy Valley player in the penalty box at the start of this next jam. So Acute Pain against Scardonyx. Acute Pain with a little gap between himself and the blockers. Takes a running jump, stumbles on the outside lane, but quickly back up.
That was a cut track, though.
Oh,
the
it was.
eagle-eyed refs there were able to see that a foot went slightly out of bounds during that run. They did take a tumble, fall down, and they were given the option to cede, but they tried to keep going, and that's why they're in the box.
Yep. Meanwhile, Scardonyx breaks through the pack, grabs the lead jammer status, and has whatever's left of penalty time to try to score, or is the only jammer on the track.
4 points on the board for Scardonyx. We've got a micro pack on both sides. We only have 3 out there for hard, but Happy Valley is rocking just a 2-wall there in the form of Harmony and Deathly Harlow.
Scardonyx bumps up against the blockers, inside lane, but steps out of bounds.
Acute Pain back in from the box and is able to take advantage of some confusion on the part of the Happy Valley blockers, busting up through their tripod almost untouched.
Scardonyx ends the jam with 8 points, pushing Happy Valley up to 127.
We are starting to see Happy Valley pulling further away. We've got a double over score right now and only 24 minutes left in this whole game.
Certainly not far enough ahead to be comfortable, though. Once you let your guard down, things get away from you fast.
Very true. It could still be anyone's game, and, you know, a momentum shift couldn't come at a better time for hard.
Right. Molotov will be the jammer for hard. See if they can orchestrate some of that shift in momentum.
Molotov causing a little bit of anarchy out there on the track.
Lots of scrappy side-to-side lateral movement. Molotov staying in, slips through the inside lane. Molotov's got it. Lead jammer for hard.
The star is off for Happy Valley. Hammerhead handing it off to Aerial Assault number 717, the pivot. Ariel is able to get out of the pack. Ariel, a very seasoned jammer in her own right.
And quickly approaching the pack now. Molotov goes down on one knee and ends the jam, but was it fast enough? Not quite. Looks like Aerial Assault grabbed 2 points on that one. And 1 point going to hard.
And, you know, Aerial Assault being able to outscore the lead jammer, that's a nice little trick.
Yes, it's got to make you feel good.
I'm a big fan of pivots who can do it all. They're blocking destructors out there, but also, when given the chance, they're going to take some points home with them.
Oh, always. If you can, you might as well. We have Dolly Don't Pardon jamming for hard, and was that Hell's Bell, of course, for Happy Valley. Hell's Bell takes a spill, gets back up, down to 2 defenders trying to beat him, and yes, Hell's Bell got it. They
Hard
stretched that pack as thin as it could go.
Hard really took advantage of Bell's fall to try and recycle, but there was a penalty assessed to one of those 2 blockers up front. So number 26 was the lone defender going against Hell's Bell, and Hell's Bell was able to get out. But re-engaging with the pack, it's not the same story. There is a tripod of hard blockers there. Bam Bam, number 252, the pivot, trying to help Hell's Bell out, taking away the brace. But it looks like the 2-butt is actually able to hold strong, and that's a testament to a good blocker. Once your brace is gone, if you can still hold it down,
yes,
you're doing
Dolly
your job.
in a tough spot with the pivot in the penalty box. No one to pass that star to.
Oh, and we have a collision here on the outside with the refs and the pivot for hard. Fortunately, everyone stayed upright and in bounds. Probably won't be punished, but in all that confusion, Hell's Bell runs up the inside and is just through for 4 more points as a handoff happens to Ox, their pivot.
So Happy Valley is going to come away with 8 points from that jam.
This is really a smart play by Happy Valley, making sure to grab a few points and deny the other team any. It's just chipping away at that point differential.
Yep, and that is how you win the games. Just keep throwing a little more on the pile.
And who do we have out here to jam? The familiar faces of Scardonix and One Destruction going up against one another again.
Scardonix trying to shake these defenders off down to a 2-wall.
Scardonix has had a really excellent game. Their jams have been highly successful. And
Yes.
not for nothing, the blockers for Happy Valley have been holding down the fort against One Destruction. It really is a team effort. The jammers do get the points, but the blockers are what allows them to do that. It's really working in tandem.
Absolutely. There's really not a lot of jammer success without good blockers making holes for them.
Oh, and Scardonix saw the light of day, but was taken out by number 4-7 and recycled. I'm not sure about that re-entry, but the refs seem to think it was okay, and Scardonix is through and calls the jam.
One Destruction was out ahead, but there must have been a no pass, no penalty situation, which means they have to make a full lap and pass through the pack again in order to
Oh, and it looks like
jam.
between jams, aerial assault, the pivot for Happy Valley, is going to the box. And if I'm reading the gesture right, it looks like Klaus, the coach, is saying she's on 6 penalties right now.
Oh my.
You get 7 and you are done.
7 is the limit. That's when you go back to the stands.
I mean, Ariel always has been one to take it to the limit. But, not to say nothing, Disco out there, beautiful, taking the bounds of gravity and balance and getting out on that outside lane, taking the inside, almost a tumble, but a great recovery, knocked down by number 2-6. But 2-6 also falls to the ground, which means Disco is able to get past them and re-enter without having to go behind. And a star pass handed off.
Here comes Kid Radical.
We hear a frantic call from the bench for Disco to call it. They oblige, and they were able to add another 8 points to this jam. It looks like Happy Valley's MO is an 8-0 jam every time where they can.
That looks like it. And it seems to be working quite well for them.
It does. It's just the right amount of time on the track to really get what you need done, but not exhaust yourself, because there is always another jam.
Right.
At the
and in
jam,
this one,
Hammerhead and Molotov trying to take that outside line, but you don't know me, number 261, saying nope.
Good, solid hits.
Molotov pushing at the front against that brace tripod, while Hammerhead pushes at the back against the same brace tripod. We hear no pack called, and both walls try to reform. We see the back wall run up as they're required to do. And we now see some bridging there from Happy Valley. They actually have Judo Nomi, one of their most accomplished skaters, as the bridge, which, good choice.
Wow, that was a heck of a bridge. They had a full straightaways plus some.
We see Molotov, who is your lead jammer for this jam, coming back and re-engaging with the wall. They are knocked to the outside and recycled by the tripod of Happy Valley. We've got Shroom Raider holding pack there, about to give it to the back, which means the front wall only has so much space to work with. But fortunately for them, the pack collapses on itself, and everyone's in close proximity, causing swarming chaos. We've got some beautiful offense being thrown there by Sparklin. Hammerhead not quite able to capitalize on it because of the quick recycling by high altitude. We see Hard also drawing them back, and then Bam Bam from Happy Valley drawing back Molotov as well. It's just a backwards derby party right now.
Yeah, really tight defense. We've got a whistle on the track.
We do. We see Shroom Raider going to the box for a penalty. It looks like it was a direction.
Oh, and that might be enough to turn the tide.
And another big knockout there at the apex, drawing Hammerhead all the way back into the straightaway. Those can be such a soul killer.
Wow. This one went the full 2 minutes. Constant straining and 3 points for Hard.
All that for 3 points.
Wow.
It's really a testament to the skill of the blockers out there, able to hold those jammers so neatly. But the jammers You know, you never see them give up. You see these jammers just powering through, and that's really commendable. It's exhausting to be out there for 2 minutes pushing against a wall.
I bet. We want to take a quick moment to thank some of our sponsors for the tournament. The Pie Pizzeria, which has been a sponsor of roller derby in Salt Lake for quite a number of years. Big Willie's, best sports bar in Utah. I didn't make the after party last night, but I hear there's some more excitement tonight after the games at Big Willie's. Radio from Hell show on X96. That's Carrie, Bill, and Gina in the morning. You've probably heard those names for around about 40 years in Salt Lake. And Pit Viper sunglasses. Functional, fun-loving gear. Get you some Pit Vipers.
But watch out for any real snakes. In Salt Lake, you know, it's that time of year.
Yes, and I don't do snakes, just as a side note.
Well, I mean, you'd have to go hiking and be outside for snakes to be a risk here.
Yeah.
We're stuck inside all weekend watching a lot of good derby, and out there right now we've got Dolly Domparton for Hard against Hell's Bell for Happy Valley. Hell's Bell pushing up at the front, tangling with Ox, the pivot for Hard, but is able to shrug them off and is your lead jammer.
Dolly out there pushing really hard, trying to break those blockers apart, trying to squeeze in between. If you can get in between, that forces them to break their arm holds on each other, but that's a tenacious pivot or a tripod. Keeps reforming.
There is. You saw Hard blockers kind enough to escort Bell out of the engagement zone quickly.
Bell's down to 2. Breaks through, but hits the deck. Bell is on a scoring pass now, but Dolly's on a scoring pass.
As a jammer, it's so crucial to be able to get back toward the middle of the track so that you can't be taken out on the line. That was a really smart move by Dolly, hanging to the middle and able to finally get out. We do see Happy Valley adding 7 points to that jam. Hard not adding any to their total, so we're at 152 Happy Valley, 66 Hard, with a little over 14 minutes left in this game.
Up at the line, we got 1 destruction for Hard and the Scardonics for Happy Valley. We have seen this before.
I feel like I'm having deja vu right now.
Indeed. Off they go. Scardonics breaks away on the outside lane. Snatches up the lead jammer. Look out, though. Here comes 1 destruction right behind.
Ooh, we see that foot race happening. Both jammers at a full clip. Scardonics knocked to the outside and calling it fervently. It looks like, unfortunately, not quickly enough. Hard was actually able to score 2 points. Happy Valley not picking up any, so that was a really good 2-point steal by Hard.
Oh, wait. 2.
Just kidding. They were just a little late holding up the points here. It was a 2-2 jam.
2-2.
2-2. And as I said before, we haven't seen any 2-2s on the track today.
Which is very strange for roller derby.
All business today.
I guess, yeah. We got Acute Pain jamming for Hard. And who's that? Disco, of course, for Happy Valley.
Disco really getting low and pushing against that braised tripod, using all of her quad muscles, and is out as your lead jammer as a result. A beautiful spin on the inside allows them to get free of the pack. We hear the whistle going. And it looks like there is a direction call being assessed to definitely Harlow from Happy Valley.
And that change in the number of blockers can make a big difference here. Let's see what Acute Pain can do with that situation.
Fortunately for Happy Valley, they do have 3 formidable blockers still out there holding that jammer. We have a big hit there by Harmony on the outside, and Tootsie and Harmony taking a 2-wall to hold the jammer.
And meanwhile, Disco was able to slip through and snatch up 4 more points.
Crawdaddy is taking a sneaky star pass and is your jammer about a half track behind Disco, coming up with some speed as they put their helmet cover on. We hear frantic calls to call it from the Happy Valley bench before Crawdaddy is able to engage. We do see 3 points added for Happy Valley, bringing the jam score up to 7 for Happy Valley, 0 for Hard. We're at 161 versus 68 in favor of Happy Valley with 12 minutes left in this game.
So, starting Jam 12, we have Hammerhead against Molotov. There's the whistle.
If Hard is looking to turn it around, they are starting to run out of time, so we really need to see some of that momentum shift.
Yes, this would be the time. Hammerhead almost broke through, but a skate out of bounds. I think the blocker went down too, though, so
we did
back up and in.
At the back of the pack, we did see number 717 Aerial Assault holding a goat in the form of number 26 on the other team, making one less for that jammer to get through, and Hammerhead is your lead jammer.
Oh, but we got a star pass. Kid Radical is on the move.
And Kid is booking it to get to the back of the pack. We see a call-off happening from their knees. Hammerhead picking up, it looks like 3 points on that jam. Not quite as big as some of the jams we've seen in recent memory, but again, another point denial so that Hard can't add any to their total.
Yes, great work by the Hard defense, though, because they definitely slowed down that jammer and forced the call off before all four could get assessed, all 4 points. We have Ox going against Hell's Bell. Ox to the outside, Bell to the inside lanes.
You know, Ox was so close, but we did see the pivot, Bam Bam, holding them up on the outside lane. But not for long. They take a tumble, but are back up and are your lead jammer. We still have Bell stuck in the back of the pack. The star is off, looking for maybe a pass, maybe a fake there with their pivot. And Bell, oh, brutal hit there. We see a lot of offense trying to happen, but that swarming defense of Hard reabsorbing Bell and holding her. Shroom up there at the front with a hit, but Bell is able to shrug it off on the inside and is out on their initial. So right now, Ox is scoring in the pack, getting through, and it looks like they're going to call it. So 8 points on that jam for Hard, 0 for Happy Valley. So it looks like it's just a mirror image of what we've been seeing most of this half.
Yes. Skardonix is wearing the star for Happy Valley. Dolly Don't Pardon for Hard. I think we've seen this pairing a few times before.
It's at least vaguely familiar.
It all kind of blends together. Once the team finds their rhythm, they kind of stick with what's working.
What's working right now is Skardonix against that front Hard pack. We're seeing shoulder shrugs and trying to take that middle, but a really good defensive effort there by Hard. Dolly is back there fighting against that back Happy Valley tripod, doing a little bit of a matrix move on the outside on their toe stops, re-engaging, and we see Skardonix drawn all the way back to the pivot line by number 1414, Kid Radical.
Great work by Kid Radical.
Honestly, Kid has been having a fantastic game out here.
Yes, playing all over the place, blocking, jamming, pivoting, all the things.
Skardonix finally breaks out of the pack and is your lead jammer. Almost a minute trapped in there. It can feel like an eternity.
And one Hard blocker heads to the penalty box.
I'd be interested to see the penalty toes. It seems like there have been a lot of whistles this game.
Yes.
We see some swarming offense and a star pass. That star pass going to familiar face Kid Radical.
Kid Radical.
And they are stuck behind that 2-wall of Judo No Mi and Aerial Assault.
Oh, and Skardonix takes a wide open hole there in the inside lane, scoops up 4 more points.
That was a sneaky approach. I didn't even see them coming. But this time they are seen, but a beautiful offensive pick on the outside by Aerial Assault lets them sneak past the Hard tripod. Hard getting ready to try and re-engage and help their jammer. Skardonix coming up. Not unseen, but hard to stop. They are fighting. They juke to the inside. They are knocked down by Dolly.
Dolly able to slow the
But they
momentum.
are at the bounds of the front of the pack, and it looks like Dolly is being given an out-of-play hit for that hit against Scardonyx.
Oh, okay. So that is because the player was down and out of play, or what is out of play?
They were out of play. They weren't bridged up properly. But
I see.
in that jam, 16 insanely hard-fought points there for Scardonyx. That was a beautiful, wonderful jam for Happy Valley.
Huge.
And some really beautiful offense being offered by all the different players on the track. It's nice to see it being varied up, and it's not just the pivot out there.
Right. Very fluid movement from all these people. We have One Destruction and Disco pressing against all of these blockers.
We do see Deathly Harlow being sent to the box for a multiplayer, leaving just Bam Bam and Tootsie. I say just. Bam Bam knocks out One Destruction, and the two wall of Tootsie and Bam are holding strong at the back, but One Destruction is able to shrug it off on the inside, sprinting away, and is your lead jammer.
But Disco is through the pack as well. So One Destruction has very limited time to make something happen before Disco catches up.
Disco is closing that distance and approaching, and we hear a yell from Calling It. We saw a beautiful dead bug defense on the ground there. One Destruction flipping and falling on the front, rolling over and calling it quickly. One of the interesting things about our rule set is you can call the jam from the ground or from standing, which you'll see a lot of jammers fall down and they'll be laying on the ground and just tapping their hips feverishly.
Some jammers tap the entire way down, which I think is what we saw a little bit there. Great presence of mind to be able to do that, too.
They
That's
might
a lot
be
of
tapping in
practice.
the air so they can fly. It looks like a bird motion. Out to jam, though, for this jam, we have Hammerhead versus Ox, neither of which are a bird, but both of which are animal names.
And we have seen Ox fly a few times in this game already. Let's see what happens. Again, they did get taken out by 717. That's Aerial Assault.
Oh, and it looks like that might be Aerial Assault's 7th trip to the box. So this may be the end of the game for her. We hear other whistles going, and it looks like the jammer, Ox, is being sent to the penalty box as well.
Oh, so we've got us a power jam, folks.
Ox in the box is not what Hard wants to happen right now. They've got Hammerhead out there pushing. It's going to go the full 2 minutes. We've still got another minute 10 left in the jam. Beautiful defense happening up at the front. Number 1414, Kid Radical, the captain for Hard, making Hammerhead's life a living hell as best they can. We hear calls for offensive strikes to help Hammerhead get through. Hard is able to swarm and reassemble. They are all 4 on the track against Happy Valley's 3. There's a no-pack call. And at this point, Ox is released from the box and able to re-engage. Harlow and Sparklin holding that line.
Oh,
but
great move by Ox.
they are. Ox was able to duck down and take advantage of a tiny hole to slip through there in the defense.
Super impressive.
Oh, no, and it looks like Hammerhead is being sent to the box for a forearm.
And we had Flying Ox, but flew into the out of bounds and has to try that again.
That's a pretty neat trick that a Hammerhead shark could get a forearm.
Yes,
Last I checked, fins aren't a penalty.
indeed.
We see Ox calling for some offense. There's about 3 seconds left on the jam. I don't know if they'll be able to engage, but nonetheless, Hard goes in for those hard hits, and there is a stumble there on the inside lane. Ox and number 26, that is Atomic, going down. We have an official timeout being called. Oh, no, it's actually a team timeout being called by Happy Valley. The scoreboard does say official timeout, but Happy Valley probably needs a second just to breathe. We've got about 3 minutes left in the game, and you know, in these last few minutes, you want to be especially careful, making sure to preserve your players' health and safety. We don't want the jams getting sloppy. We want everyone on their feet as best they can be so that they can live to play another day.
Yes, that's always kind of the end goal, live to play another day.
You know, if you're watching this and thinking, oh, roller derby seems so mean and so brutal, It can be, but honestly, the camaraderie between these teams and the skaters out there is wonderful to watch. You'll see jammers often high-fiving each other. You'll see blocker hugs at the end of jams. It's really a cool sport. And if you're interested in getting involved, we do hold crash course clinics to teach you how to skate. We don't have another one set yet, but hopefully once we find our new space, hint, hint, if anyone has leads on that, we would like to hold more so we can indoctrinate more and baptize them into the cult that is roller derby.
Yes. And we've had our required official on skates stumble spill recovery just now.
D-Rex kind enough to provide that service for us this morning.
Always one. Love to see it because it's a good reminder for people who are new in the sport that everyone falls.
Ooh, a power start here in favor of Hard. Bam Bam levels a hit against, who is that jammer? That's Acute Pain. They are sent to the box for that hit. It looks like it might have been a little bit directional. Brutal, directional, may be worth it because Novocaine / Acute Pain is stuck against that tripod, and quick as a flash, Hammerhead is back on the track and re-engaging with the pack. Lead is available for both of these jammers right now until Acute Pain is the one who takes it.
This has got to be a tough jam for Hammerhead because they played a whole game yesterday. This is 2 jams in a row for them since they spent one in the box.
Oh, and a little tougher now because there is a penalty against Hammerhead. They are headed back to the box, which means it's another power jam
Back
for
to the
Hard.
box. Power jam.
Jekyll and Hyde does try to throw a big hit, but presenting the side, Acute Pain is able to hit them in the ribs and knock them down. That target zone is all good. We see swarming offense here from Hard, knocking down a few players, including the jammer. We do hear, oh no.
Oh.
A reversal of fortune. Acute Pain is being sent to the box for a back block, releasing Hammerhead. There's about 40 seconds left on the jam, so both jammers should be out of the box by the time this jam ends. You know, knock on wood.
Yes, and there's no lead jammer anymore, so it will go the full time.
They only have about 25 seconds left, but that can feel like a million years when you're out there fighting against that tough four-wall.
That is just what Hammerhead is facing right now. Pivot comes in to provide some support.
They do, and unfortunately, Hard doesn't realize that they have pack there at the front, and now we see the pack split up a bit. You know, there's some really good pack manipulation that could be helping out right now, but it's hard to see when you don't have a 30,000-foot view of the game.
Right.
But that was a really good jam for Hard. They were able to pick up 6 points, bringing their total to 89 versus Happy Valley's 182. We have a minute left in this game, so we're going to have 1 jam, maybe 2, depending on how this goes. But barring some kind of crazy angels in the outfield miracle, it looks like Happy Valley may have this one in the bag.
I think so. And with an empty penalty box, everyone is on the track who can be on the track. Hell's Bell jamming against Dolly Don't Pardon.
Dolly doing a lot of sideways shifting and beautiful toe stop on the outside line, but it looks like they are being assessed a multiplayer. It looks like a shirt whip might have gotten a little out of hand.
Oh my. So that's a power jam.
In favor of Hell's Bell, and Hell's Bell is approaching the pack. It looks like we are going to run this jam as our last jam. Bell is able to get through. Beautiful untouched pass there for 4 points.
And we are going to be on Bell's time now. So when Hell's Bell says it's over, it's over. But it's not over yet. They're still scoring points out there.
Now, Bell does have the option of calling this at any point and ending the game. This is only on jam time. The period clock has run out. Bell has full control of this. I think she's trying to pick up those last couple points, but now we have Dolly back from the box engaging with the pack. We hear Klaus frantically calling for Bell to look over and call the jam. I think she might be a little lost in the quagmire, but finally, mercifully calls it off, bringing an end to this game.
4 additional points there from that last pass, bringing our score to 190 for Happy Valley, 89 for Hard. That score on the scoreboard will change to say final score as soon as we get the thumbs up from all the officials.